This feels, honestly, and I know this may sound really silly, there is part of me that's like, oh, I'm glad that we waited until the end to watch all of these lore videos, because we're here, we've made it full circle, it feels like the right time to like come and really like dig into this. But then there's also the part of me that wishes like I had watched this as I was playing the game, so that I feel like I would have a better understanding of what's happening. But that's not the point. We're here now. This will all be up on YouTube, so if you are watching this and you're on YouTube, welcome on in. I have just finished Elden Ring. I'm finally Elden Lord. It was my first ever FromSoft game. It feels euphoric to have defeated it. But now that I've defeated it, let's go back and actually try and understand what's happening. So we're going to start off. It's VaatiVidya's an Elden Ring movie, The Lord of Frenzied Flame. What a great thing to say, huh? Lord of Frenzied Flame.
The lands between are ruined, mired in torment and despair. Is there really anything here worth fighting for? Is there anyone worth saving?
Hello? Is somebody there? My name is Irina.
Gosh,
I've escaped
so
from
weird.
Castle Morn.
Coming back
to the south.
to this point in the game again.
My good father secreted me out the castle, but decided himself to stay.
Remember when I didn't want to know what the
He
word
said it's his
secreted?
duty.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know this isn't the point. Am I correct in thinking that those are balls? There are actual balls sculpted in this codpiece, right? That was such like whiplash shock. I just wasn't, and they've lingered on this frame for so long. It is frankly so distracting. It's historically accurate though, but like, did cod pieces have the ball parts sculpted into them? Jeez Louise. Okay, sorry. Well, here, I'll read the shout out and then we'll carry on. Oh. Well, now I have to read it out. Don't read it. It starts off going, don't read this out, but I feel that a special shout out needs to be given to Gravity for being the second hardest boss in Elden Ring. I think I died to Melania, Gravity. Accurate. That feels accurate to me. Whoever the 3D molder was had a good time. Sorry guys. Okay, I'm sorry. We'll get back to this. We'll get back. But it was important that we pointed that out. We had to. See now how many other React videos that you've watched that have pointed this out. Goose egg, I tell you. Okay, we're carrying on. Very serious. Smash.
Commander, the servants there have rebelled. Filled with hatred for every one of us. They've since come for every one of the companions I escaped
horrible.
with. They haven't spared a soul. I fear for Father's life. My soul wishes
Wow,
that he
look at that enchantment that sets the thing of
slaves Castle
flame.
Morn are misbegotten. Their very existence is considered to be a punishment. But their only crime was being born outside of grace. So it's no wonder that hatred has fermented in their hearts, inspiring them to finally break free of their masters. The next step in a cycle of revenge that began at Castle Morn long ago.
Also, sorry, it has to be pointed out. It has to be pointed out. He does such... please, what goes on in this guy's brain to... It's like... fucking cinematography. He goes, I'm gonna map out what scene I want. I'm talking about the misbegotten at this point, and I'm gonna have to go into the game and film like beautiful incantation and myself fighting these misbegotten and like fucking 4K. How do you think of this stuff? It is so well done. It is crazy. It is crazy. And anytime I think of like, oh, I would love to do a talking head video about, you know, my opinions or thoughts on a game, I always then think, okay, but I can't just be like me talking at a camera. I have to be filming and showing other footage that is there. And yet my brain just doesn't cook like this to show that. You know what I mean? It's nutty. The cinematography is amazing, LB, right? It is so well done. It is actually insane. They make these like movies that are so good. It's genuinely like a movie. You have no idea how good he is at this. I've seen a couple of his videos now, and each time it's just blown me away with some of this stuff. It's insane. Sorry. Also, before I push play again, to me it makes the most sense to just pause this and get my thoughts out so that I'm not talking over important parts. If it's too much stop and start, you would rather I say these thoughts as the video is playing, please just let me know. Feedback is it's good feedback. I don't typically do react stuff, but we're branching out, guys. All right, incredibly talented. Oh, it just oozes talent. It's so well done. It's clear that he's very talented at this.
I see. From Arena. Thank you. I'm in your debt.
It's so weird
but
looking
I can't leave
at
yet.
the armor.
Even if the castle should fall, as
Up
commander,
close like this.
I must remain to ensure the treasured sword
What
of
sword is
Morn
that?
does not
Sword of
fall
Morn.
into the wrong hands.
Ages ago, a lone champion fought at Castle Morn.
Oh my gosh,
His
this
entire
fight!
clan
It's
had been
so
vanquished,
weird.
but he grafted their swords onto his own and continued to fight. So determined was he to claim his
Not the
revenge.
backflip, dude.
And
What?
so, this became the legendary sword of Castle Morn. It was claimed by the banished knights of Godric, stolen by a misbegotten, and then
Wow.
passed down to you. And with it, the cycle of revenge continues.
Oh, is he a summon for this fight? And I just didn't know
An
that.
eye for an eye.
I'm in your debt for keeping the sword from those fallen creatures.
Oh, that's
I'm
good.
no longer bound
GJ.
by duty. Once I've rescued Arena, I will spend my remaining days with her.
Actual fucking jump scare, no. Yes, I completely forgot, but also you don't see it happen, right? We don't ever see it happen. We just know that it happens. I wasn't expecting that. Jesus Christ. And the stinger music. Fucking hell. Yeah, you can summon him. I never did. Yeah, total Game of Thrones sword, huh? It's so good. Amazing cinematography. Oh, totally blonde silver. Totally. How did he get the shot? I don't know. No, seriously, Flipper. Poor Gollum with the long ass hair. He probably made a character to cosplay him. Was that just a head? Man vs. Machine? Yeah, shall we rewind a little bit? Just like a little bit.
Arena, I will spend my remaining days with her.
God. It's horrible. It's also so crazy. Look at how detailed the
Arena.
armor is.
How could this be?
And you never
My
get to
daughter
really
deserved
appreciate
better.
it whilst you're playing.
The fault lies with me. I chose duty over my daughter's safety. And that is how fate has answered. I'll find them. The foul wretches responsible for this. I'll hunt them down and exterminate every last one of them. Rest assured, Arena, it will be done.
Good grief, guys, right? Jeez
You're
Louise.
tarnished. I can see it.
You know what else I don't know about? Sorry. I don't know about the merchants. And apparently whatever their story is quite sad. So that might be a good one to follow up on, right? Jeez.
And I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something? I am Kale, purveyor of fine goods. I am of a nomadic people, selling wares as I travel. The land has been tainted by madness since the shattering of the Elden Ring. It's only tarnished like yourself, who keep things from drying up entirely.
See, I wonder why
Let's
he's
say
wearing
you're
the
a very
Zama
welcome
bracelet.
customer.
Hmm?
There are others of my people who yet survive in these lands. If the mood takes you when you meet one, then offer them some trade, won't you? My people, wanderers all have long been spurned by the grace of gold.
Oh, is he?
Which is why we cannot settle, but instead are forced into this pitiful, unceasing journey. But thanks to that, things are not so different for us now. I think this makes us kindred spirits of sorts.
Okay.
Your people, the Tarnished, and mine. See that no harm comes to my kin.
But he doesn't say
We have
what
a
his kin
saying,
are.
we
Just
wanderers.
nomads.
Lament not your solitude. Expect no sympathy, no regard, nothing. But if anyone dares harm us, show them no mercy. That is our code, so to speak. Just the way we are, deeply unforgiving.
Deep within the eyes,
that
the
revealing his
oldest merchants, a secret is hidden. Deeply unforgiving indeed.
Oh, we're learning
But
about the
I've done
merchants
all
right
I
now.
can here. I'm thinking of moving elsewhere for a time.
So far, we've spoken of misbegotten, banished knights, tarnished, and merchants. All were spurned by grace in one way or another. You can't go too far without wondering if the Golden Order is to blame for the oceans of anger and despair. When we last met Edgar, he swore revenge upon the misbegotten. But now, all must die, misbegotten or not.
Ah,
And if you defeat Edgar, you will receive a Shabriri grape.
yes.
It's our proof that his need for revenge no longer divides or distinguishes. Love, revenge, melt it all away in the yellow chaos flame.
Jeez. Like, that must be the proper attack animation. And you just don't ever get to appreciate that whilst you're playing the game.
But there are those who fight against the tarnished who stalk their own. Yura, the hunter of bloody fingers, will often be at your side.
The Hunter of Bloody Fingers. Whomst are the Bloody Fingers? Am I supposed to remember that or not? He covers their story in this video. Okay, great. Yeah. It seems it. They're invaders. Okay. Gosh, the katanas really are very
Yura
long
comes from
swords.
the land of reeds, a place that has long been locked in a miserable civil war, and it's said that the entire nation has succumbed to a blood-soaked madness. It's not too surprising, then, that Yura fights against any blood-crazed tarnished, whether they serve the Lord of Blood or otherwise. But Yura's true mark is a Drake Knight named Eleonora, located
Drake
at the
Knight.
Second Church of Marek, where she kills.
Eleonora? Is that character's name Eleonora and not Eleonora? Because if that's the case, I'm actually going to throw myself. You know the clip in, you know how they go in, you know the clip from Mrs. Doubtfire that goes, it's, fuck, what's her name? The actress who plays the mum, Mrs. Doubtfire, she goes, the whole time, like that. That's literally me right now. Red, you, oh my mod, you have been here. You've let me say it the whole time. Eleonora, we're gonna have a talk. We're gonna have problems here. I can't bear the idea that there are hours and hours and hours of me saying it wrong. I want to pass away. I want the floor to open up beneath me and just swallow me whole. Stream ending real quick. Yeah, I have to rate. I'm literally just gonna like rip out the Ethernet cord right now. Call it quits. Yes, it's my blade, but I didn't know it was Eleanor. Sally Fields. That's exactly who it is. Thank you. Eleonora. I said it wrong, so no worries. Thank you. The whole time. Yeah, evil. Yeah, rude. Yeah, all rude. The way you said it's better.
Yura in cold blood. Once, Eleonora had a legacy as a proud knight, but because of her dragon communion, it seems her humanity has slipped away.
Okay.
So you put that legacy to rest.
Hang on.
Has slipped away.
Ah!
So, because of her dragon,
She is wearing...
it seems her humanity.
She is wearing the cape that we were wearing. Guys, I inadvertently paired the pole blade with the correct armor top and gauntlets. Did you all know this, that she wore this and I didn't? Yes. Yes, guys. You don't make fashion mistakes. I definitely don't. Why didn't anyone tell me? Everyone hates me. Such cool detail though. And we have to love and appreciate. I want everyone to go, that's my streamer. Clap, clap, clap. That's my streamer. Don't we love and appreciate that I quick as a whip recognized that that's the same outfit that I wore, right? Right? Java being distraught over these small details is so funny to me. I'm not gonna lie. They're not small details, they're big details. Game breaking stuff here. Alright, let's carry on.
Has slipped away. So you put that legacy.
What is that helmet though? Bad choice.
By now, it should
I
be
would
clear
never.
that madness takes many forms.
Hello?
How beautiful.
Is someone there? My name is Hayata, and I'm journeying in search of the distant light. If I might...
Hayata looks exactly like the daughter though, right? Is there a reason lore-wise why she looks exactly like the daughter? Who we know is
so
dead?
bold as to ask, would you donate any Shabriri grapes in your possession to me?
She looks like Arena.
Oh.
But Arena is dead. Somehow, this Hayata has taken over that body. But for what purpose?
One, me getting the answer to my question right after I ask it is like par for the course and then some. It is so fearlessly on brand. But two, she's taken over the body. So it's not that she's just copied the body's shape. She's taken over the actual body. She's inhabited her dead body. Welcome in, Jerry. Possessed. She's possessed the body of Arena. God. I didn't even make the connection when I was playing. Because it had been like months between, probably.
She barely even knows herself.
I can feel a distant light in the back of my eyes. It will lead me to my true duty as a finger maiden. You're not like the others who give me grapes, are you? They rest their trembling hands upon me. Howling wordlessly, they gently stroke my eyes. Their frail fingers.
Yes, I was, Fonz, guys.
Emaciated. Yet still,
Sorry.
they give me the grapes. But you seem somehow firmer. Now I can feel the distant light once more. That aside, I wonder what Shabriri grapes really are. Delectably tender and sweet, yet searing. What a sight they must be to behold.
Of course, the Shabriri grapes are eyes. Yellow, shriveled, and oozing.
That's not possible. Not all of those people. Their own... So those noises I heard were...
Not the vomiting sound. Oh, full on vom. Tasty. Ernie, welcome in.
Shabriri, the most reviled man in all of history. It all began long ago with the crime of slander. Shabriri came up with a lie, and it was so damaging, so heinous, that his eyes were gouged out as a punishment when that lie was proven to be false.
Why would you cut out someone's eyes for telling a false lie? Surely it would be more appropriate to cut out their tongue, right? If you're lying, I'm gonna cut your tongue out. Questions that are forming right now.
We can't be sure of what was said, but what if Shabriri slandered the nomadic merchants? What if, with a crooked smile, he accused them of the very crime he himself was guilty of, saying that they had fraternized with the Three Fingers and were not to be trusted. This would explain why the nomadic merchants came to be so hated. It is said, after all, that the sickness of the flame of frenzy began with Shabriri. And after his eyes were gouged out, the blight of the flame of frenzy came to dwell in his empty sockets. Yellow eyes became known as Shabriri grapes, and frenzy started to infect the despairing world. A madness that belongs to those who have lost everything.
Ah, by the way, well, even we had a place to call home once. The Great Caravan, they called it. But it's been lost to us for ages. I've been searching for it as long as I can remember. And with a name like that, you'd hope they kept some fine goods there, eh? I've always preferred my own company to that of other people's.
Valid.
And I don't have any burning questions I wish to ask my ancestors. But there's something I need to know. My roots. I want to know who I am. Where I came from.
This guy's voice is so
where
familiar.
I'm headed.
I don't think it's like
I hope you can join me at the
a
Great
well-known
Caravan,
actor,
in
but
fact.
it feels like it, you know what I mean?
Who knows what wonders there might be to trade.
Jeez.
If
Leave it to you.
Shabriri did indeed
Yes, I
slander
did,
the
Ernie.
merchants, then he knew exactly what their despair might bring.
Is that you over there?
Yes,
I've
Black
gained
Hound.
something very important indeed, thanks to you. The reason why it was eyes I had to eat. The distant light is far and frail, so faint it can't be seen by the naked eye. But with everyone's eyes together, it appears. Finally, it all makes sense. I'm certain now. I will be a finger maiden. Could you donate a fingerprint grape to me? They're special grapes which only grow on those who've been clasped by the burnt fingers.
We only know of one other who was clasped in such a manner.
Wow.
His name was Vike, the dragon spear.
Oh, jeez.
After the war with the ancient dragons.
And hang on, if you go, because I don't know if they're going to show it again, you can see what I assume are fingerprints, right, from the three fingers burnt into what's melted away the armor and burnt into it. So fantastically well done. So fantastically well done. But again, what feels like continuously to be the blessing and the curse of this game is that in the fight with Vike, which we did do, you don't see that. I'm as far as I'm aware, I had no recollection at the time that Vike was involved with the three finger nurse. You obviously don't get to see and appreciate the melting into the armor of where the fingerprints would have seared in there. And it reminds me a lot of what the sort of costume designers and the set designers and pretty much anyone who touched Lord of the Rings, what they used to say, which is, you know, because for anyone that's not seen, well, one, if you've not seen Lord of the Rings, please watch it. Two, if you've seen it, you will notice, well, you may not notice, it's incredibly detailed. And I mean, the amount of like work that goes into like the hilts of the swords and whatnot is so phenomenally well done. But they kind of go like, you know, a lot of people aren't really going to be able to see and appreciate all the small detail that goes into this. However, you would notice if it weren't there. Doing all this detail makes it feel more realistic, makes it feel like a more whole world. And I have to believe that's the case with Elden Ring, where a lot of this stuff is so phenomenally detailed that you don't get to notice it and appreciate whilst you're playing the game, but you would notice the absence of it. And I find that to be both amazing and just like so fucking heartbreaking. Vike is the character in the cover art. Okay. The person is like, he's on his knees, right? I think that makes sense. Okay, let's carry on. But I felt like that was important to share.
Of one other who was clasped in such a manner. His name was Vike, the dragon spear. After the war with the ancient dragons, there came the
How?
rise of the dragon cultists, who earned the dragon's affection.
Hang on.
Came the rise of the After the war with the ancient dragons, there came the rise of the dragon cultists, who earned the
Okay.
dragon's affection. One of the most beloved was Vike the Dragon Spear,
Gosh,
a tarnished
how?
descendant from Godfrey, who eventually returned from across the sea to join the Round Table Hold in hopes of becoming Elden Lord. To this
He's
end,
related to
Vike was
Godfrey.
assigned a Finger Maiden and acquired the power of 2 great runes. But when he stood before the thorns of the Erd Tree, he realized the truth, that a maiden's true purpose is to burn the thorns for the one who would become Elden Lord. And whether it was born of love or duty, Vike refused to burn his maiden, for the whisperings of Shabriri had told him of another flame. A flame of frenzy hidden deep below the capital that could burn the thorns away. But when Vike returned, his maiden was dead. Did she commit suicide after betraying her purpose, or was Vike captured and punished for his treason?
I hate pausing it because the music and the cinematography is doing so well, but I want to make sure we're understanding. So okay. Melina was our Finger Maiden, and we had to burn Melina to burn the roots or thorns of the Erd Tree, right? I think I'm understanding that correctly. Stand-in Finger Maiden, yes, okay. So Vike had a Finger Maiden that he loved, or felt strongly for. He didn't want to burn her, so he found out about the other flame, came back, she's dead. Where would we have seen her body in the game? Because I assume that you would be able to come and see her body here, 1. And then 2, how the hell are you supposed to know that it's Vike's Finger Maiden there? Oh, that's where we fight Eleonora. Sorry, Eleonora. Oh, Jesus. Eleonora? That's where we fight Eleonora, not Eleonora. Eleonora. It's at the church where Vike is. You get her clothes. It's in the village where he invades. Okay. I think the Eleonora fight was in Altus, I think. Shabriri actually tries to deceive you too. The same way even when you pass through the mountaintops, telling you should spare Melina. You can see her body. It's where you get the bloody clothes from that one guy. For that one guy. It's not clear in the game, but the item description gives you... Oh, Jesus. And it's like all of this... I think what's, again, the amazing thing about Elden Ring, and like something that I would want to say in a video where I put more of my thoughts together, or like a part of this where I put more of my thoughts together, is that I think it does something that's really brave in a way, which is it's so filled with the lore of the game, but it doesn't force you to interact with it, right? It's there, and if you want it, there's so much of it that you can consume. Obviously, there is a YouTuber who has made hours upon hours upon hours doing exactly that. But you can also play through the game in like however long it takes speedrunners to play through the game, or however long it would take a casual playthrough of this game and not interact with any of it, you know? And I think that takes... I think it's really brave to put so much work into something and accept that maybe no one will interact with it or see it. It's crazy, huh?
After betraying her purpose, or was Vike captured and punished for his treason? Whatever the case, now Vike's vengeful spirit defends the dead maiden at the Church of Inhibition.
Whoa!
While the real Vike kneels imprisoned in an Everjail deep within the Forbidden Lands, clad in armor clasped by 3 burnt fingers.
Okay. We fight Vike in the church where the body is, but he is also in an Everjail, and I think it was his armor set that we wore for a long time. It was a dragon something armor set that has like a scarf to it, I think, right? Yes, you loved his armor set. I loved this armor set. I can't believe... I mean, I can believe it. But, like, it is so wild that we fought Vike twice in my playthrough, right? The summon version of him and then the version of him that's imprisoned. And it totally never clicked to me that it's the same person that you're fighting. And also, I would hazard to say that it probably doesn't click for a lot of people that you're fighting, assuming that you do both fights, that you're not fighting the same person, because there could be tens of hours between the two fights, you know? Yeah, real fights in the Everjail, but his spirit haunts the church. It's fucking insane. She's in that church in the Liurnia. She's the one where you get the bloody cloth for Var. Oh, do you know what though? I got the bloody cloth for Var from I got it from where you start the very beginning of the game, I think is where I got the cloth from. And I got there by going in the belfry, through the belfry, you know. I think that's the one I got, but I'm not positive. Anyway, we'll carry on.
This
feels wild that two
the
of my
content
favorite armor
was
sets that I
supposed to
wore
become
throughout the
Elden
game,
Lord.
or like armor tops, are armor tops that I've shown in this video. That's crazy. And I never appreciated whose they were. For sure it's his armor, piece of armor, without the legs obviously, because we were pantsless. And in case you're watching this on YouTube and you stumbled across this video before my full playthrough, your gal became Elden Lord, never wearing pants. Check it out. Crazy. And yeah, now that I remember this fight, he is using the lightning. What was that? What attack was that? This! I never did that with pole blades. I was robbed. Yeah, I think you can, Cassery. I'm like 90% sure it's where I got it. Yeah, cats. I think that's my thinking as well, which makes sense. There are so many weapon arts in the game. There's so much of the game. And I feel like I used a lot of the weapons available in the game. That was part of my like desire when I did the playthrough, was to cycle through a bunch of different weapon types that you guys, and I could experience a lot of it, and yet there's just so much. It's wild. I see how people can play this game so long, you know. Eleonora's twin blade is very anime. Wow, look guys, jeez. Yeah, the church in Indonesia is the early church place where Tarn discovers his first murdered maiden. No, but you know the one, it's like literally at the start of the game, like on the, you have to go back there with the belfry. That's where I got it from. It's not even listed as a church. Well, I don't know what it is. You guys know better than I would. Held L2 longer, but not with Eleonora's pole blade. Obviously, it would have to be with a different pole blade or twin blade. Is there a difference between a pole blade and a twin blade that I'm not realizing, or are they the same thing? God. And look at his armor. But now see, here's the thing, right? Because we have his armor. Our armor that we wore, I'm like 90% sure that the armor we wore didn't have the burnt fingerprints on it. Is there a reason it wouldn't have had the burnt fingerprints on it? Does anyone know? Pole blade is like a knife on a long stick. But it was double-ended. Wasn't Eleonora's pole blade double-ended? Jesus, was it not even double-ended? It did though. It did. It did? It was double-sided. Okay, so Eleonora's pole blade isn't a pole blade, it's a twin blade. It does. I think it was just hard to see. Jesus. God. How? How? And I'm like, wow.
Finally, we meet the Tarnished, who would be Lord. Oh my, why the long face? I fear that you were previously acquainted with this vessel. Well, that is most unfortunate, for he is dead. As for his flesh, he gave it to me.
Am I correct in understanding, guys, and this is why I paused it, am I correct in understanding that Shabriri is like Hyetta, and Shabriri took over the body of Yuri, who helped, or who died fighting Eleonora? What the fuck? The whole time, chat was like, me and the homies always kill Shabriri. We always kill Shabriri. You gotta kill Shabriri. And I'm like, why? No, I'm not gonna kill him. Why am I gonna kill him? Yeah, he may be evil. I'm not gonna kill him. Why do I kill him? He took over our friend's body. And someone says that Shabriri might have been Hyetta. Hyetta is like Shabriri. Yeah, he took over Yuri's body. Shabriri's kind of a demon. Good God. Mind-blowing going back. It's so mind-blowing. No, truly, Peregrine. It's horrible. Now you see why we killed him. Yes, now I see why you killed him. I feel like my mind is being cracked open like a Shabriri grape. Yeah, as soon as you heard him say I'm borrowing Yura's body, I instantly went for the kill. I just didn't even... I never connected the dots. That's insane.
Shabriri. I hope you can make your peace with that. You were about to sacrifice something precious, the life of a fair maiden, that you would toss into the fiery forge, only so that you may be Lord. What a horrible thing to ponder.
Would he have known that before we did it? How would he have known that before we did it?
Your ascendancy requires her sacrifice, whether she wishes it or not. But how would the Lord, crowned so, be looked upon? Chosen tarnished and would-be Lord, dare to tread the path of true rigor. Spare the poor girl and singe your own flesh in her stead. If you are prepared to show resolve and attain lordship through righteous hardship, then heed the words of I, Shabriri. Chosen, tarnished, and would-be Lord, descend into the depths far below the Erdtree capital. Seek audience with the three fingers and the flame of frenzy. If you inherit the flame of frenzy, your flesh will serve as kindling. Burn the Erdtree to the ground and incinerate all that divides and distinguishes. Ah, may chaos take the world. May chaos take the world. Shabriri is chaos incarnate. I cannot die.
Would killing Shabriri and give you the frenzied flame? No, right? That was phenomenally well done. And the other thing that's crazy is that if I'm remembering correctly, it's quite easy to miss finding the three fingers in the when you needed to go like behind a Gosh, you're in a boss room. Mog's boss room, I think. And you need to go back behind Mog's boss room, right? To find the 3 fingers. If I'm right in remembering that, I'm going to be actually very proud of myself, I'm not going to lie. Extremely easy to miss. Jump puzzle. Yeah, the jump puzzle. But to get there, you had to go through... You remember correctly! Guys, I remember correctly that it's behind Mog's boss door. Are we not all wildly proud of me? Chad, are you proud of me? Thank you for the follows, by the way. Welcome in. Pathways behind the hidden wall. How insane. Yeah, you have to beat Mog. Okay, you have to beat Mog. You have to then know there is a hidden wall, a hidden pathway in the Mog boss room. You have to descend down a really effing annoying puzzle. That's really annoying and hard to do. And then to then... I think that's the last thing you have to do to then find the 3 fingers. It's just nutty. It's crazy. There was a cut quest line to make you go there, but Kale doesn't mention it. How do you know that? You can only access the area behind Mog after you beat Morgott. Is it quite common that people would try and fight Mog without having fought Morgott? Yeah, I guess so, because Morgott... Morgott's also in Leyendell. Leyendell? Not Lendel, Leyendell. So there is a potential that you would try and fight Mog before you fought whatever. That's crazy. People digging into the code. It's crazy. Okay, let's carry on.
May chaos take the world.
If you intend to claim the Frenzied Flame, I ask that you cease. It is not to be meddled with. It is chaos, devouring life and thought unending. However ruined this world has become, however mired in torment and despair, life endures. Births continue. There is beauty in that.
Beautiful,
Is there
beautiful
not?
editing. Beauty,
If
like
you would
amazing
become
storytelling.
Lord, do not deny
What
this
sword is
notion.
that?
Please.
It almost looks like
Leave the
Bloodhound Fang,
frenzied
but it's
flame
Bloodhound Fang, but it's not.
And maybe you would have left it alone, were it not for the horrors that you found down there.
God.
Did you see what they did to my ancestors? The whole clan buried alive, sick, maddened, husks of themselves. If you heard their moans, they're hardly human anymore.
But it's
They
worse
think we
than
worship
buried
the three
alive.
fingers that we called the maddening sickness down upon them. Well, if that's what they expect from us, then that's what they shall get from us!
That's not an actual voice line that they deliver, right? I don't remember that piece of
The
dialogue.
world of grace
Morgott
and its
sword,
people should
Morgott
have been
sword.
content to see us sink between the cracks, but to have intruded upon our solace, having broken us upon their whims? I'll never forgive any of you. We won't keep trading any longer.
It's actual audio, but it's removed from the game. What? It's in the code. Jesus
Wait.
Christ.
What's that? That burn.
How?
Your eyes. You've inherited the flame of frenzy.
Nah, we all know that would have killed the person, alright?
Unknown
You're not
warrior.
fooling me.
Divest yourself everything.
The whispering. Creepy. So well done, but creepy.
Our 3 fingers. Throw wide the door. Ah, that's it. The yellow flame of chaos.
Gosh. The fingers are much more spread apart than the 2 fingers, you know?
Please. A frenzied flame to melt away the curses, suffering, and despair. And the order entire.
God, it's crazy.
Melt away the curses, suffering, despair. And the order entire. May chaos take the world.
It's a shame that was cut. That was beautifully
May chaos
acted.
take the world.
Beautifully, beautifully acted. Thank you for the follows, by the way. Welcome in. The quest line is the quest is playable, just different dialogue. Oh my god, wow, look how you come out from the room.
Oh, it burns. My eyes, they're melting. Thank you.
This music's not in the game anywhere, right? I don't recognize it. It's awesome.
I have touched them.
But I don't know if maybe it comes from this
The
quest
words of
line.
the 3 fingers. As your maiden, allow me to divine them. All that there is came from the one great.
So
and
she is our new
fractures,
finger maiden then.
And births
Hayeta.
and souls. But the greater will made a mistake.
Jeez, look at it.
Torment, despair, affliction, every sin, every curse, every one born of the mistake. And so, what was borrowed must be returned, melted all away with the yellow chaos flame, until all is one again.
Whoa! I wish
Those
that
who
was
gave me
real.
grapes howled without words, saying they wished they were never born. Become their lord, take their torment, despair, their affliction, every sin, every curse, and melt it
Imagine.
all away. As the Lord of Chaos, no more fractures,
Wow,
no
look.
birth.
Imagine. How well was that done? That was done so well. That was done
And
so
so it is.
well.
That an eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind.
Gosh, how grim.
You have inherited the frenzied flame. A pity. Our accord ends here.
I mean, look, your head is just... The Eye of Sauron, honestly. If you inherit the Frenzied Flame, you can summon Shabriri for Godwyn in the same location that you summoned Melina for Morgoth. That is interesting. I mean, it's gorgeous. So we've seen this ending. We did watch a video that goes through the alternate ending. So we have, this is not my first time seeing this. Hiya Wyatt, welcome in. That's so crazy. How many endings are there? It's like 9? 6 or 9, I think. A ring? The one ring to rule them all? Question mark? Surely not. It is a ring. The Elden ring? It's Torrent's ring. Torrent's ring.
Flame. I will seek you as far as you may travel. To deliver you what is yours.
That's
Destined death.
horrible.
Thank you for watching. If you want to get early access to more videos like this, then you can consider signing up
That's
to my Patreon.
horrible.
The money from there helped me to...
I would absolutely want to cry and shit and vomit if I got that ending and at the very end you see your Torrent's ring, the thing that you use to call and ride Torrent, who's been your companion throughout the entire game, and it's Melina being like, I will absolutely make it my mission to kill you. I would simply pass away. Best ending in the game, worst ending in the game. You killed Torrent in this ending. I mean this with my entire chest. I am so fully serious when I say this. If chat had trolled me and tricked me into guessing this ending, pretending like it was the best ending, and then I found out that I accidentally killed Torrent, neither of you, no one would know peace. No one in my chat would know peace. I would have to just do a little redo. I think I would have to just delete the channel, go back live under a different name or something, and just go again. You would all be banned or in so swiftly. I would be fuming. I would be fuming. I would lose sleep over it, frankly. That was a gloamy ending. What does gloamy mean? What does that mean? Yeah, yeah, Miss. And what's the deal with her tattoo? Her tattoo's no longer there. What's going on with that? She wants you like 5 times. That's true. That's true. You've got a good point. Remember that stream? We pushed you to not do that ending. Yes. Yes. Thank God. We're definitely fighting that day to make sure, yeah, you didn't do it. All of you were fighting so hard. It was good. Thank God. The ending by itself made Melina one of my favorite Firekeeper-esque characters. Yeah. So good.